Thundercharge of Ultra Destruction was released in July 2005. This set introduced the stealth mechanic, in which creatures become unblockable if the opponent has certain civilizations in their mana zone. Stealth was generally considered a weak mechanic in constructed Duel Masters, and after Thundercharge, they are never seen again. The Charger spells also made their debut here. This series of spell costs more mana than their ability is usually worth, but they come with the added benefit of going to the mana zone after they are cast instead of the graveyard. Through the use of Charger spells, all civilizations now have access to mana acceleration, an ability that was once exclusive to nature. Notable cards in this set include Propeller Mutant, Kook Pollen, Cryptic Totem, Hopeless Vortex, and one of the most versatile mass removal options to date, Apocalypse Vise. In this series, both Michael Swartz and myself will be opening 24 booster packs, or one box, of a core Duel Masters booster set. We will build a deck and play a best 2 out of 3, and the winner will receive a small prize to upgrade their deck. However, in each new episode, we will open another box of the next set that was released, moving in chronological order, constantly upgrading our decks before dueling each other at the end of the episode. This is the Duel Masters Progression Series.
Okay, we've managed to make our way back to the winner's seat for another week, and it feels great. I'm really glad we decided to believe in Dark Water Fire Control for another week. Anyways, now we get to spin the winner's wheel. If I could choose what we would spin, I'd kind of like to get super rare here, but that seems quite unlikely, so more realistically, I think what we're hoping for is either the packs or the common, and then maybe we can pick up another copy of Energy Stream or something. Anyways, let's just give this wheel a few spins and see what comes up. What we really don't want to see is very rare, because those are awful in this set, and it's looking okay. We dodged very rare. Alright, we get uncommon. That's not ideal. Probably we're gonna take Comet Missile, but I'll just take a look at what uncommons there are and what we're missing and see what we want to pick up. Alright, I took a look at all the uncommons from Stompatrons, and yes, Comet Missile is pretty easily the strongest one that we didn't manage to pull a playset of. So we are just going to add a second copy of Comet Missile to our collection. If we're ever on some aggressive rush strategy, we're going to be really glad that we have access to more than one copy of this card. So that's what we're going to do, and let's just move on to the pack opening for the next set and see what we can pull there.
Today we are opening up Thundercharge of Ultra Destruction. Now, in my mind, this is always one of my least favorite sets because this set came out at a time where there were a lot of tournaments around me, and so I ended up winning a lot of booster packs from tournaments of this set. And the problem with this set is that at the time, all the super rares and very rares are just not very playable. And so I ended up with like so many of like these holos that just were not good. And when you're a little kid, you love holos that are amazing, and I just did not get them from here. The rares are very exciting, yes, but when you have that many free packs, just like you had play sets of everything, it didn't matter. It's not exciting to open up your 7th Apocalypse Vise, or your 8th Hopeless Vortex, or your 10th Cryptic Totem. So this set, in my mind, is always just like one of the worst sets, up there with Rampage of the Super Warriors. Coming into this opening, there's gonna be a few cards that I'm really looking for, but overall, like, I really just want to find some rares. I'm looking for Hopeless Vortex, I'm looking for Apocalypse Vise, I'm looking for Cryptic Totem, and I'm looking for Kook Pollens and a playset of, Propeller Mutant, that's what its name is. So yeah, let's just jump in and see what we can get in 24 packs.
Not a whole lot in this first pack, unfortunately, if I'm being honest, although as I said, that may be a theme for this set, as it turns out.
Pack number 1, we get a super rare. It's something. Crathlade Merciless King. Instead of attacking, you may tap to make your opponent discard 2 cards. Good effect, but it's a lot of mana, and it's really slow. By the time you're playing this thing, your opponent probably doesn't have a meaningful hand worth discarding, and if they do, they probably have an answer to it anyways. So it's not going to do anything. It sucks. Other than that, the Chargers did come out in this set, which are pretty cool. Riptide Charger is one of the more playable ones, so a playset of that would be nice, but it's not super important to any decks that I have in mind.
Okay, second pack though. This is looking better already. We've already got one copy of Cryptic Totem here. This is quite a good card. When it's tapped, your opponent can't use the shield trigger ability of their shields, and so this means that once you've got enough creatures to swing for game, if you've got this thing on the board, your opponent just can't do anything even if their shields are full of shield triggers. So pretty good pickup. Glad to see this. Would hope to see one or two more later on also.
Okay, 2 for 2 on the hollows, which is a decent start, but at the end of the day, Gandar, Seeker of Explosions, it's another one of those cards where it's just too slow to do much. Riptide Charger number 2 is not bad to see though.
And yep, back to the usual. Actually in this pack, Propeller Mutant is a decent option for some type of darkness decks that want to be running cards like this, so that's not a bad card to see also.
Oh my god! Why can't I get the shiny luck in a set that matters? Headlong Giant. This is one of the cards I hated. This is 9 mana, it can't attack if you have nothing in hand, and whenever it attacks, you have to discard a card. It can't be blocked by any creature that has power 4,000 or less and is a triple breaker with a ton of power, but like, for 9 mana, I don't want to play it. Vacuum Gel, I guess, is okay for a shield trigger. Destroy one of your opponent's untapped light or nature creatures, but has Michael ever played anything other than Dark Water Fire? I don't think so, so am I gonna play this? No!
Alright, now in pack 6, we do have the first holo in this pack, in this set. We have King Benthos. It has a tap ability. Each of your water creatures can't be blocked until the end of the turn. Probably not worth it on an 8 mana creature. It's not the worst effect though, actually, but all in all, not a great card. And I guess we've got another copy of King Benthos. Don't think we're going to be using it.
Another Propeller Mutant, but other than that, none of this stuff is too appealing to me. A blocker that has a tap effect? What is the point?
Alright, this is a fun card actually. We pick up a super rare, which is Cosmic Nebula. This is a cyber virus evolution, and the power and the stats itself is quite bad, but the main thing is the effect, which says when you draw a card at the start of your turn, you draw 2 cards instead. This is really powerful and can just allow the advantage to snowball over the course of the game if they can't deal with it. And in the progression series, I mean, maybe Ben can't deal with this. I don't know. I don't think this is quite good enough, but it is a really fun card. I'm glad to see it here.
Okay, we're bringing in another holo in King Benthos. Double Breaker. Instead of this creature attacking, you may tap it to use its tap ability. Each of your water creatures gets this creature can't be blocked till the end of the turn. Honestly, you should be probably double breaking with it, but I mean, it's got uses. Michael's not really playing blocker lineups that much. Another Kook Pollen is much more notable than King Benthos. Gigabuster, I guess, is like an okay blocker for darkness. You get to take one of your shields back to your hand, but you can't use the shield trigger. So essentially, it's like a 5-cost 5,000 blocker that gets a draw effect. There's worse cards out there, but you do lose a shield to do so.
Okay, pack 11, we have a fun card here. We have Kook Pollen, and just in case no one knows, you cannot attack Kook Pollen. This is the best card in the game.
Okay, this is like the one Evo that I would like maybe consider playing because initiates do have a lot of decent cards. But at the end of the day, all it is just like a pretty strong card. And like unblockable, I guess, is not that bad. I mean, I could probably come up with something if I get a few more of them. But realistically, I'd like to see something a little bit better than that.
Alright, this is what I like to see. We have a copy of Apocalypse Vise in this pack here. This card is absolutely insane. 7 mana. Destroy any number of your opponent's creatures that have total power 8,000 or less.
10 packs in and none of the rares I'm looking for. This opening is not going well, but I have a second King Benthos, so I've got that going for me. Lightning Charger is probably the best charger in this set, so I like to see it. That's going to help me probably.
The flexibility on this card is just absolutely unreal. You can use it as a board wipe to kill a bunch of small creatures, or you can use it as single target removal to kill one big creature. Just really, really good card. Instant include in any fire-based control deck. We also have a kind of bad, very rare in Battleship Mutant, but it is a thing we have.
We're halfway through the opening without any of the rares I really wanted to see. I'm not happy with this opening so far. I am not happy. Okay, we got the first one, Apocalypse Vise. We get at least one. I'm happy with that at least. A second copy of Crathaline, Merciless King. Just give me like 2 super rares that are relevant from a better set, and I'll be happy. Like, if we get to Brood and you can give me 2 Petrova, I would be ecstatic. But 2 Crathlade is not what I want to see. Let's see if we can get something better. No, we cannot. No, you're kidding me! Why? Why do I get 3 of this thing? He's terrible!
Okay, second copy of Apocalypse Vise. This is already way better than I was expecting from this set, even if we get nothing else whatsoever. So glad to see this here for sure.
Oh my god. Why is this happening? Why? Why? 4! A playset! I mean, I got the Hopeless Vortex. I'm happy about that, but like, you're really gonna give me 4 Crathlade Merciless King? Does this get any worse? I don't think it does. I really don't think it does. If I get 5, I'm just ending the polls right there, and I'm not even gonna pull the rest of them. I won't even do it.
Okay, I will not complain. We have the 3rd copy of Apocalypse Vise. Honestly, I don't even know if we want to run 3 because it is a pretty expensive card, but we have the option, which is really, really cool.
Okay, Kizar Basiku number 2 is okay. Gandar Seeker of Explosions number 2. Bleh. Okay, the 3rd copy of that is like, it's decent.
2nd copy of Cosmic Nebula, and I didn't even see this. We have the playset of Apocalypse Vise. That is actually a big deal. The 2nd copy of Cosmic Nebula probably isn't going to come up, but if we want to do this, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really, really glad to see both of those cards here.
We've got 2 packs to go, no Cryptic Totems. I'm pretty depressed about that, I'm not going to lie. Only 1 Hopeless Vortex, and only 1 Apocalypse Vise. Please at least give me 1 more of one of those. That's not it. This stinks. This was one of the worst openings I ever had.
Okay, so here's the deck we're taking to today's episode. Yes, we are actually playing something different this week. What we've got here is Darkness, Fire, Nature mid-range. In an ideal world with this deck, what we want to be doing, we want to be using several of our early turns to put out cheap creatures and then hopefully start putting some pressure on Ben's shields. And we are running cards like Brutal Charge and Horrid Worm that make doing this not as much of a negative in terms of card advantage as it otherwise might be. And then at that point, once we start applying pressure, Ben is going to have to do something to answer the board, basically. And it's around this time, like turn 5 or so, that ideally we want to be dropping Mongrel Man. And this, I think, plays a really key role in this deck because it does 2 things. One, it's threatening to just draw a bunch of cards because of any number of our removal options in the deck, but also because Mongrel Man draws cards when any creature is destroyed, it also makes it really awkward for Ben to actually deal with our board. If we build up a board of like 3 creatures with a Mongrel Man, and then Ben tries to Searing Wave it, Mongrel Man is just going to let us draw a bunch of cards back and catch right back up in terms of card advantage. And hopefully we want to use this to sort of bridge over into our late game cards, which are actually quite powerful. So for example, we have Lost Soul, which can just discard all of the cards Ben picked up from his shield zone, or maybe we can just play one of our speed attacking double breakers and just close the game out immediately. So that's the general game plan. I know I've already talked about a lot of the cards in here, but I'll just go through the card by card, and there are some new cards in here, so I want to talk about those. First, we have 3 Bloody Squeedo. This deck is actually a bit weak to like rush strategies, so if that's what Ben's playing, we are going to be leaning really heavily on these. I actually wanted to run more of them, but I just didn't think it was worth the space when we also want to run basically a nice curve of aggressive creatures against slower decks. Next we have 3 Torkon. This is a shield trigger creature, and the fact that this has shield trigger also actually matters a lot against rush decks. For example, either he hits this early and this gives us a way to kill his Deadly Fighter Braidclaw or whatever, or maybe this can just give us the extra creature we need to win a race against a rush deck. Next we have 3 Propeller Mutant. It's a 1000 power creature that when it's destroyed, your opponent discards a card at random from his hand. This is just an aggressive creature that makes it awkward for Ben to deal with our board because he'll have to spend an extra resource in order to kill this, basically. 2 Brutal Charge. This card is actually quite good. On an aggressive attack, this lets us tutor up multiple creatures from our deck, basically, and we do have cards that's quite good to do with. For example, Bazagaziel Dragon, Twin Cannon Sky Terror, or Cryptic Totem. Could even do something like Pyrofighter Magnus if we just want a speed attacker, or Locomotiver if we just want to discard. Mongrel Man is also quite good. Really, just the fact this draws us more cards and gives us sort of card selection to exactly what we need is just really good. 4 Bronze Arm Tribe is the staple in any green deck, and it lets us ramp into Lost Soul quicker than Ben can play it if it's a control mirror. 3 Horrid Worm, this just lets us apply pressure while discarding cards out of Ben's hand in the process. 1 Pyrofighter Magnus. I basically wanted one extra speed attacker in this deck, and this is a nice one that pops back to our hand after we use it, and it's cheap. This can also be quite useful against rush decks because it's a 3000 power creature that we can just play, swing at one of his creatures, and then pick it back up and use it again next turn. Next we have 4 Locomotiver. Cheap to mid-range creature that lets us eat a card out of Ben's hand. This card is really good, and it's just as good here as it is in the Darkwater Fire decks I've been playing before. 3 Mongrel Men. I already talked about this card a bit, but in many ways I do believe this is sort of the linchpin of this deck. It threatens to draw tons of cards and acts as like pseudo protection for our board because we can draw cards ourselves if Ben tries to use mass removal. Next we have 2 Tornado Flame, just a removal spell with shield trigger. Next, this is from a few sets ago, but we haven't seen it in the Progression Series yet. We have 1 Magma Rex. This is basically here because it's a really powerful shield trigger creature against rush decks specifically. It gives us an extra creature, and it can often take out at least one of their creatures, as its effect is destroy all creatures with power 1000. That is a bit awkward with our deck because we have cards like Torcon and Bronze Arm Tribe. There is a bit of incidental synergy with Propeller Mutant because this thing has an on-death effect, but all in all, I would say it's a bit awkward with our deck, but we just really want to potentially have this powerful effect against rush decks, and if it's not a rush deck, we can just put it to mana or whatever. 3 Searing Wave. Cards like this are actually really important in this deck because we're really leaning into the fact that if Ben is on some control strategy, we have these huge spells like Searing Wave or Apocalypse Vise and Lost Soul that can just be like 4-for-1s or 5-for-1s or whatever and just tip the scales back in our favor in those longer matchups. Can also draw tons of cards off Mongrel Man with this, which is nice. Next we have a rare from the new set. We have 1 Cryptic Totem. This is just a really powerful card here. When it's tapped, your opponent can't use the shield trigger ability of his shields, and so this just lets us secure guaranteed game when we have enough creatures to do so. Really solid card here. Next we have 2 Terror Pit, then 3 Apocalypse Vise. This is another card from the new set. I've kind of already talked about this a bit, but just really flexible spell that can be either single target removal if we need it, or mass removal for a wide board of creatures. And then lastly, 2 Lost Soul, 2 Twin Cannon Sky Terror, and 1 Bazagaziel Dragon. So yeah, that's the deck. I do think this deck is reasonably good, and it's a lot of fun to play, actually, in my opinion.
This is the deck I will be bringing to today's duel. I've gone back to my light dark fire control roots that picked me up the win in the episode with Survivors, but this time I made it a little bit bigger to make it more consistent against control decks, while also trying to make sure I'm still consistent against rush. Now, the way I'm able to do this is by playing a little bit more cards that are going to let me search the deck to pick out the powerful spells that I need. So I'm running Fall Ega to take spells back from my discard pile, Phobos and Logic Cubes to search my deck for spells, and Psyforce to search my mana zone for spells. This is going to let me play powerful spells as one-ofs and still keep the deck consistent. At the same time, I wanted to make sure I have a lot of shield triggers to deal with potential rush decks, which is why I'm running a lot. I'm running 4 Magma Rex, 4 Locomotiver, 4 Burst Shot, a Terror Pit, and a Bonds of Justice. And 2 Ghost Touch, actually. So all this is going to make it so rush decks pretty much don't stand a chance against this, but none of them are really necessarily weak draws against control. Magma Rex is going to take out Emeralds before he can play Illusionary Merfolk, so it's still decent, or it could take out Locomotivers. Either way, not horrible. Burst Shot can wipe my opponent's field, which brings me to the final big change of this deck, is Ray Bill's Seeker of Archery. This is a light creature that's a double breaking beat stick that pumps up all your other light creatures by 2,000. Now this is key because now, guess what? Mysteriaz is safe to mass removal, including my own burst shots. So if I have Ray Bill on the field, I can just start slapping down the burst shots without a care in the world, wipe out a whole field of Aqua Hulkuses, Core Isles, Emeralds, Locomotivers, whatever a control deck throws at me, or whatever a rush deck throws at me. It doesn't matter. I'm running 2 Screaming Sunburst and 1 Bonds of Justice, because these are essentially my Holy Aws for cheap. If you look at my creature lineup, a lot of the stuff that's going to be going over my opponent's stuff is just light blockers anyways, so these essentially work as a Holy Awe board wipes. Tap everything down, kill it. Super strong, and of course, in the late game, we've got our Lost Souls. Now, the last main difference of this deck and my other one is that now I'm going to be running 1 copy of Diamond Cutter. Now, originally I was playing more Diamond Cutters, but I wanted to keep it to just 1, just because of how consistent it was to pull up by using my Fall Ego, using my Phorboss, using my Logic Cubes, and my Psyforces. Anything that's at a 1 of in this deck feels consistent enough if it's a spell. On top of that, in a control matchup, like, Diamond Cutter is kind of a dead draw the majority of the time, unless it's just like at the right moment in the end game. So I think it's fine at 1, because there's actually a lot of times where I top deck the Logic Cube that I need, and I can play that and get the Diamond Cutter if I need it in the late game, or like just my other stuff, I can search it, so it's fine. Other than that, it's just pretty standard control. I think it's going to do really good against Rush. I think it's going to do good against Control. So it's going to be ready for almost anything you could throw at it. Michael's been stuck on this Darkwater Fire control deck, which has been kind of ripping me to shreds. So I hope this is able to take it down. But I know at some point he is also going to switch it up on me and just try like throw a Rush deck at me out of the blue. So I wanted to make sure my deck was ready. So by using a ton of blockers, Magma Rex's, Burst Shots, I should be good to go on that front. But those cards at the same time are not going to be dead in a control matchup. So I think it still will have a strong matchup across the board. Let's see what he's playing. I'm excited to see what happens. Let's jump in. It's time to duel. Alright, welcome everybody to episode 7 now. We're past the halfway point. How does that feel?
Pretty good.
And you're up, what, like, too many games?
I think it's only
4-2
actually, because you won the first episode. I've been on a tear lately, though.
Yeah, I've got some time to come back, and we're gonna see if I can start that comeback today. So I think, as is tradition in this, we're gonna check each other's deck counts right now.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Like an inverse of last week.
This is interesting because if I'm not mistaken, this is the smallest deck you've ever played, and this is the largest deck I've ever played.
That may be true. I think it is actually. I don't remember what my deck count week 1 was, but I think it was like 45 or something.
Yeah, I feel like I was in the
Everything
45 range too.
50-ish.
I know week 1 I was playing 4 color, so I needed to go like extra.
Oh no, actually week 3 I was on like a aggressive blue-black deck, and that was 40 cards. So no,
that's
this
right.
isn't
All right,
the smallest card.
I'm cutting this out. We're not even okay. Skip it. Let's just get into the meat and potatoes, if you know what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying. Let's go.
All right, let's roll that dice and see what happens. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Why? I got 10 2 weeks in a row.
Okay.
You got a 20 last time and a 19 this week. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think I'll go first.
All right.
Set up that battle zone.
Oh, mine is all set up. Mine is set up and crisp.
All right. Well, we're not gonna start things out too differently. We're gonna send Terror Pit to mana and end.
That is a pretty good card. But I feel like if you're playing 43 cards, you're probably playing something more aggressive that doesn't particularly care about holding on to that for any amount of time. So
I'm not too worried.
If you are playing something aggressive, maybe I'll just spook you now and just put the Burst Shot to mana.
Oh jeez.
And end my turn.
Alright.
Just get that fear up in here.
Oh, we've got a weird choice here.
The weird choice is coming out early.
You're
once
on
again.
Burst Shot, and you're playing a 50 card deck. Bit of a weird play here that we're gonna make. Also, actually, now that I think about it, this is a first for the Progression Series here. I'm gonna play a nature card to the mana zone.
Okay. Wait, this is, yeah, I played some nature, but you haven't touched nature.
Yeah, this is my first time playing nature.
Oh, that's, okay, that's kind of sick.
Anyway, that's it for me. Ending my turn there.
Torcon. So maybe there's gonna be some bark whips coming my way eventually. That's what I'm feeling. Well, no, yeah, we're gonna drop a Psyforce to mana and end of the turn.
All right.
Not anything too new from me.
And my sequence of draws here has just been so awkward. Ugh.
That's what I like to hear.
I don't know what to send to mana though.
I'm still just interested to see what you even have. I know you got that Torcon.
Right, we're gonna send another new card.
Okay, okay.
We're gonna send Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
Zone.
Yeah, that's a good card.
We're gonna play Horrid Worm.
Oh.
And
okay, I don't like Horrid Worm. Horrid Worm is a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. So, I'm just gonna run out a Canisil the Explorer and probably not have to deal with that Horrid Worm.
Alright, well, I could go in, you never know.
I mean, technically, like, that's the same as, like, Ghost Touching, though, right? Just in a convoluted way.
I guess that's true. It's 3 mana and delayed a turn. Right, we'll send Propeller Mutant to the mana zone. Now we will play a Locomotiver.
Oh, okay. My
okay. Get in another blocker out of there. Alright. Yeah, we're not going to attack, though. Go ahead.
Okay.
You're on some, like, light fire blocker deck.
I'm gonna play the Ghost Touch to mana. And I'm gonna follow it up with my own Locomotiver. Oh yes, we got it. We got it. We're so skilled at this game. How many games in a row is that like the Locomotiver gets the Lost Soul? OCTGN is rigged, I swear.
Anyway, it is my turn now, right?
Yep,
So I'll
yep.
draw. So we'll send another Terror Pit to the mana zone. Now we will run out Mongrel Man.
Okay.
And we are actually going to attack with the Horrid Worm here. So I guess.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Okay, I'm gonna trust you to do the right card, and I guess the viewers will know either way.
Yeah.
So I'll roll a die, and if it's 1 to 10, do the card that's on your left. If it's 11 to 20, do the card that's on your right.
Wait, hold on, because I guess the viewers can't see the number, but I mean, I have an idea. Set as a shield. Set as a shield. All right, you can pick shield 6 or 7.
Okay, well, I'll roll a die. 1 to 10 will be shield 6. 11 to 20 will be 7, and the viewers won't know, but we'll just say what it is.
Yeah.
All right, it's a 2, so we're gonna hit shield 6 to the graveyard then, and you can take shield 7 back to your hand.
All right, this is my
I like
Psyforce.
to see Psyforce going away.
Now, I can just block and kill it, but then you get to draw a card too, which I don't really want you to do. And instead, I can just take a card, so I'll take the shield.
Right, I realized I never said, but a shield 1 for the Horrid Worm hit.
Shield 1. Okay, well that was really convenient. I am going to shield trigger Terror Pit.
Okay, I assume the Mongrel Man?
Yeah, we're just gonna get Mongrel Man out of there. That worked out way better than I anticipated.
Yep. Alright, and then I'm obviously not going in again, so go ahead.
I feel like I don't need another burst shot anytime soon. So I'm gonna Magris to draw a card.
Alright.
And I'm just gonna kill the Horrid Worm.
Yep.
Go ahead.
We'll play this. You will play Bronze Arm Tribe. I don't like to see Locomotiver heading to the mana zone, but yeah, that's it from me. Go ahead.
Oh, you're not gonna put on the pressure.
No.
I kind of want mana, so I'm gonna play the Lost Soul to mana.
Alright.
And I'm gonna bring out an old friend of mine, the Mysterias.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna hope you don't top deck a Searing Wave right now.
Searing Wave off the top would be nice. So we'll draw. Well, it's not Searing Wave, but I'll take it. We'll play Tornado Flame on your Mysterias.
Yep.
Before things get too out of hand. And that's it for me.
This is so reminiscent of last week where I got out the Mysterias after discarding your hand. Because I Locomotivered your Lost Soul, and then I got out the Mysterias, and then you had the, off the top, I think it was just like a Crimson Hammer or a Phantom Dragon's Flame.
Yeah, I think it was Phantom Dragon's Flame last time. We are just the luck gods at this game or something.
We're just gonna draw a pass for this time.
Alright, that's fair. Oh, this is exactly the card I didn't want to see. Oh, I guess that's not strictly true. I could have, like, drawn Bloody Squeedo and just sent it to mana and into... Actually, maybe I'd want to play Bloody Squeedo. That's what I drew. But, yeah, we're gonna pass. If I'm giving you a Locomotiver, so be it.
I'm gonna draw. Like, is it... I don't know if this is actually worth it or not. That's the thing. But, I mean, because you're gonna have Lost Soul in that deck, it's gonna be... I'd rather use it. I'm just gonna play it. I'm just gonna play the Magma Rex.
Magma Rex, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose my own Locomotiver, but I'm just staring at Bronze Arm Tribe and seeing Torcon in the shields, and I'm like, there's just a non-zero chance that Bark Whips are gonna come at me, and I don't care to deal with Bark Whips. So I'll just, whatever, clear out your board.
Send another Torcon to mana.
I was kind of hoping that you were gonna like summon one eventually, and then I could clear more things, but
yeah.
I guess it's just going to the mana zone.
We're gonna play Error Pit Bait and then end the turn.
I mean, here's the thing. It's no longer Terror Pit Bait.
Hopeless Vortex, that's true.
Yeah, it's Hopeless Vortex Bait.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same thing, whatever.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm so happy. I have more than one Terror Pit now. This is fantastic.
That is true.
Oh, you just draw and pass. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just play it. Diamond Cutter to mana.
Okay, so we use a Diamond Cutter.
And this guy, Ray Bill, Seeker of Archery.
Okay. That is an interesting card.
So you have to deal with
other
my...
ones, right? Yeah.
It's all light creatures. So my Magris is 5k, and my Canisil is 6k. And then I'll end the turn.
You have no cards in hand, but you do obviously have a pretty scary board.
Yep, and they're just juiced up.
But I think we're gonna run out both of these, actually.
Alright.
Ridworm and Bloody Squeedo, and then end there.
I'll draw. I'll pass.
Yeah, this is not gonna be useful for a long time, and if it ever is useful, I've probably already won the game anyways. We're just gonna send Brutal Charge to mana.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah, that's it from me. Go ahead. I could have used the Horrid Worm as a Ghost Touch again. Probably not exactly what I want, though.
I'll just pass the turn. Whatever.
Alright.
I'll let you top deck Lost Soul. It happened once before.
Yeah, I can't not play this. This isn't really the optimal use of the card. But we're gonna play another copy of Apocalypse Vise. I guess we could hit, like, your 2 vanillas, but I think we just hit the Archery Bro.
Yeah, yep.
And, go ahead.
Yeah, he's really good. Doesn't he, like, really just take a beating out of Apocalypse Vise?
Yeah.
Let's lay down the Grand Gur Space Guardian and end of the turn.
Alright, we'll pass.
Alright. I'll draw, and I'll Locomotiver.
Alright.
Oh no!
The Locomotiver bait worked.
Dang it! I was holding that. You knew I was holding that.
Right, well, I'm fine with this top deck. We'll just, get
your
hand right out of there.
I could have just played the Mysterias, but I wanted to discard the hand first. Oh my god.
Probably fair. I think you probably made the right play. Just the Lost Souls off the top.
Yeah. It's even because I Locomotivered your other one. Alright, I mean, I'm just gonna... It's top deck and put it on the board if it's a blocker, I guess. I guess I'm giving you a massive Searing Wave if you get one.
I mean, if I can top deck Lost Soul, I can top deck Searing Wave. So I will just point out, I haven't drawn any Searing Wave yet, and it's obvious I'm running some based on how I've been talking. But,
I mean, you could just be saying that, and you're just playing a bunch of Apocalypse Vise.
I mean, I have revealed 2 Apocalypse Vise. Okay, so you've got 3 attackers. I've got 1 blocker. If you diamond cutter me, you just probably win the game. That's fine. Go ahead.
I mean, you have a blocker.
Yeah, I mean, it's not over on the spot. That's true.
I'll draw a pass.
Oh?
Give you another chance for the Searing Wave, I guess.
Oh, we'll play Torcon, then play Locomotiver.
Alright, yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Alright. Glad to hit the burst shot on the turn I run out 2 more creatures that die to burst shot. Go ahead.
I'll draw. I mean, this is not burst shot, but it's actually better. I'm gonna play Screaming Sunburst.
Okay, so that taps like all non-light.
It taps everything that's not light, but
yeah,
I'm gonna just like wipe your
Yeah.
board. Like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'll end turn. That's my 3 mana Holy Awe.
Right, well, we'll just play the Propeller Mutant and then end my turn.
At the rate this is going, there's like nothing to even discard if it dies. Alright, you know what? End turn. I dare you to suicide. I dare you. Because if you do, I won't even block. I want my extra card.
Well, I am gonna suicide the Propeller Mutant, but probably not in the way you're expecting.
Oh, is it Rothus the Traveler?
I don't have Rothus the Traveler. I didn't pull any. You'd better believe I'd be running it if I did, though. We're going to play a Magma Rex of my own. Which is going to kill my own Propeller Mutant and discard the card out of your hand.
My Ghost Touch.
Whatever, I'll take it. Go ahead.
God, what a game this is. Alright, draw a pass.
Worked so good last time. We'll play another Propeller Mutant.
Yep, you got it.
Go ahead.
I'll draw.
Games like this where I'm really regretting the fact that there's no Reap and Sow in Duel Masters.
Oh my god, it would be so good. Alright, I dare you to top deck removal once again. I just dare you. It's not gonna happen.
I'm still waiting for the Searing Wave. This is not a Searing Wave. Go ahead.
Yes. Yes, okay, give me the Ray Bill off the top. That's not it. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Canisil the Explorer. I'm going to draw a card. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to Magris. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to Magris. And I'm going to draw 2 cards and give you the juiciest Searing Wave of your life.
What if I was just holding it last turn? Like, I know he's just going to play 4 creatures for me to kill. I was not doing that, obviously. Well, I think we have to run this out. We're gonna play Mongrel Man.
Okay. I am going to probably draw a card. Yeah, I'm going to draw a card.
Alright, and then that's it from me.
I'm gonna draw a card. Alright. We're gonna just run out the Ray Bill to protect me from Searing Wave.
Okay.
I'm going to draw a card and I'll end my turn.
Right. Well, this would be a good draw if I weren't facing down a Spacey Boy right now.
Are you drawing a Twin Cannon or a Baza?
It may have been one of those 2 cards, yes.
Yeah, this is not just any Spacey Boy. This is an 11,000 Spacey Boy.
Alright. We're going to... I mean, I don't think it matters much what I do at this point, but we're just gonna play Bronze Arm Tribe and pass.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I really don't think it matters what you do at this point. I'm gonna tap 4 for Locomotiver. I'm not even gonna draw a card. I'm gonna discard the Baza.
I mean, you're getting close-ish to deck out, so like...
I mean, I'm gonna Screaming Sunburst.
Yep, okay.
So that gets tapped, and then I'm gonna kill Mongrel Man first.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna kill Magma Rex, and then I'm gonna kill Bronze Arm, and I'm gonna kill Propeller Mutant.
Just discard whatever cards. Actually, can you shuffle your hand? Is that possible?
Yeah, I can shuffle. Oh, I'm shuffling it right now. I didn't even realize you could. Alright, my hand is mixed.
Okay, just hit whatever one's on the left then.
Alright, it was my Bonds of Justice. Alright, go ahead. Good luck drawing anything to get you out of the onslaught on the next turn.
Well, we have a blocker. Go ahead.
Alright.
Do your worst. Let's see what you can muster here.
I'm gonna fall Iga, taking back Screaming Sunburst. Alright, do I want to just play it because it's funny? Yeah, I'm just gonna play it. I'm gonna play the Screaming Sunburst.
Alright.
I'm gonna kill the Bloody Squirtle with Carousel.
Alright.
I'm gonna go for 2 shields, number 1 and 2, with Ray Bill.
1 and 2. Usually we can Tornado Flame the Mist Riaz. Not that I think it's gonna help.
Yeah. Yeah, you actually can do that. Okay.
We may as well. I mean,
Yep.
maybe
Then,
it'll matter.
I guess the I know you have Magma Rex, so Locomotiver will hit shield 3.
Okay.
And then 4.
Yep.
5.
Yep. I think
6.
Magris can attack. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right, you got it. GG.
GG. Hey guys, Garabon from the future here. While editing this set, we realized that Screaming Sunburst actually should have tapped the Magma Rex and the Locomotiver, which ended up attacking to win me the game. However, we both agreed upon reviewing the footage that at this point in time, it literally didn't make a difference in the results of the game, and even if I tapped them, there was no possible cards that Michael could have played that got him out of the situation on that turn anyways. So we're going to continue the set with a score of 1-0. Alright, you got choice, first or second?
I actually don't know with this matchup what we want to do. Yeah, I think I'll let you go first this time.
Alright, sounds
actually.
good. Alright, turn 1. A classic move.
Yep.
First shot to mana.
It actually helped, but I actually... No, yeah, okay. I think the odds of this being useful in this matchup are quite slim.
Yeah.
Even though it was useful last game.
What, you killed my Locomotiver, was it?
Oh, and I killed my own Propeller Mutant. It's got that synergy.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Realistically, this is in here to shore up the rush matchups.
It'll be the Fall Iga Dawn Guardian.
Alright. Once again, we're gonna play the Torque to mana turn 2.
What, you didn't want to save it so that you could Magma Rex it?
Nope. Go ahead.
Alright, let's draw. To be honest, I don't think it's fantastic, so I'll play my Magma Rex to mana too.
Yep, that's fair.
I'm thinking, like, what am I gonna kill? Like, you're not gonna summon a raw Torcon on me right now, or you would have done it already. And if you Propeller Mutant me, it, like, might not even be worth it.
Right, well, I am glad I drew this Bloody Squirtle off the top, because it makes my decision for what to play to mana really easy.
Oh, what a nice feeling that is.
And we'll play Bronze Arm Tribe.
Okay.
And send Bronze Arm Tribe to mana off the top. Go ahead.
We're gonna put the Jade Tree to mana, and we are going to Magris and draw a card. Go ahead.
We're back to having no idea what to play to mana. Okay, I don't like it, but we're gonna send Locomotiver to mana.
Wow, okay.
And we're gonna run out Mongrel Man.
Okay.
And end the turn.
I see where this is going. And I don't really like it. I feel like you're playing the Locomotiver to mana because you feel like you're gonna Lost Soulmate anyways, which is a bit spooktacular. You're on 5 mana, so you can't play it next turn. Canicel to mana. And I'm gonna pay 3 for Logic Cube.
Oh, that is a card.
It is a card.
You're trying to... Yeah, I guess it makes sense here, because you're on, like, Diamond Cutter, but maybe you also want to grab board wipes. Other matchups, like the flexibility is nice.
It's it really kind of gives me the benefit of playing a bigger deck than I was before, and I get to play like less copies of stuff, and it's still consistent. But what do I want to take? I'd rather take this. All right, I'm gonna take the Screaming Sunburst.
Okay.
I wish I had 1 more mana, but it is what it is.
All right. I'm glad to see a Mongrel Man that is not dead.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna be able to kill something. Like I'm gonna get Terror Pitted or Hopeless Vortex, and I'm gonna regret taking this Screaming Sunburst. But if you don't have it, then at least I could use it and kill the Mongrel Man. This is actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this is like a high-key, pretty sick matchup, because it's like Mongrel Man versus Mysterias.
Oh my god, that's true.
This should have been the Shadow Clash match.
That's true, actually. I don't think either of us were playing either of these cards.
No, I don't think so.
Or, no, maybe you were playing Mysterias in that. You ever just have that feeling where, like, all of your cards are too good and you don't want to send any of them to the mana zone.
Don't scare me like that. I mean, I guess if you're not playing mana, it gets me ahead on mana, right? That could be a benefit.
God, you hate to be sending a Cryptic Totem to mana on turn 6. You really hate to be doing that.
Dude, that card is so sick.
But so we're gonna play Tornado Flame on your Magris and draw a card. Cause like we really don't want you to be killing our Mongrel Man with that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. I feel like I'm just getting Lost Souled no matter what, which really sucks. Which makes Mongrel Man a pretty big problem. So I have two things I could do. We're gonna search out the Screaming Sunburst and to put it into mana. Yeah, it's probably worth it. I'm gonna Burst Shot and you get to draw a card, but I get rid of the Mongrel Man.
In case the viewers don't know how it works, so Mongrel Man says other creatures. When other creatures are destroyed, you draw a card, but it still sees the Bronze Arm Tribe getting destroyed. So I draw a card off the Bronze Arm Tribe.
Yep.
Not off Mongrel Man itself, though. Yeah,
and then
I agree that was worth it.
Yeah. And then I end my turn to get Lost Souled. I'm ready for it.
Well, I mean, you did say you were ready for it.
I came in knowing what was going to happen.
I hope you were in fact ready for it, because you are getting Lost Souled.
Two Raybill and a Forbos.
I mean, that's it for me. Go ahead. But I'm fine with a 3-card hand, you top decking with no darkness mana.
Yep. I'm just going to put it... I don't care. I'm getting 7 mana. 7's a good mana to be at if I'm top decking. And Bonds of Justice is not doing me any favors right now.
Well, we'll just run out the Bronze Arm Tribe.
Oh, Pyro Fighter.
Pyro Fighter was actually the last minute addition to this deck.
It's probably worth it. I think it's good. Oh, it's my turn. Okay, let's draw. Alright, top deck and to run out the blocker game.
Alright.
It didn't work out for me last week. Maybe it'll work out this week.
Passing is kind of awkward, but on the other hand, like, even if you pull a Lost Soul off the top, you can't play it.
I know, and I hate it. I hate that.
I'm fine just passing.
Alright. Are you going to have discard, or are you going to have removal? Removal's like, yeah, I feel like your discard, you would always throw it out. Removal, like, maybe I could force you to use a Terror Pit.
You'd better believe I have the removal. Right, this absolutely has to be the right play, but I know exactly how it's going to backfire on me, and I hate it so much. But so we're going to charge mana.
That puts you up to what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
9, and we're using all of it.
Oh my god, okay.
So first we're going to Apocalypse Vise to wipe your board.
Yep.
And next we're going to cast Brutal Charge. And I know, I just know I'm going to give you a Darkness card and then Lost Soul off the top. I 100% know that's what's going to happen.
If this happens, it'll be so funny.
But, okay, so we're gonna break Shield 1, and then I get to search off. I actually don't know if you have to trigger before I reveal.
I think
it's at the end of the turn. Okay. So
okay.
You have to trigger, and then Brutal Charge will activate.
Fortunately for you, it's not dark, but I guess kind of okay for me is that it's Magma Rex.
Okay, I mean that's not bad. But,
so like Magma Rex gets a kill, I'll take it, I guess.
Yeah. So now I get the Brutal Charge search.
Yep.
I'm glad this wasn't in the shield zone. Oh, we're gonna take Bazagazeel Dragon.
Yeah, I hate Baz.
Baz is looking pretty good in this spot.
That's not what I wanted to see. That is not my darkness mana and my Lost Soul. I'm just gonna say goodbye to Magma Rex.
Actually, we'll leave Magma Rex around.
Okay.
You will play Orcon.
Yep.
And we will play Locomotiver.
You said you were gonna leave Magma Rex around. Little did you know you got rid of Magma Rex.
Okay, I just got rid of the other Magma Rex. This would have been a juicy Magma Rex board, by the way.
Yeah.
And then your turn.
I was low-key getting a little bit excited when you played the Torcon. Alright. Get the Darkness mana locked in.
Okay, he's got
unlocked it. I unlocked it. Probably too late, but I unlocked it.
This is actually an interesting position here for a few reasons.
I mean, just the Baza alone makes it an interesting. Do you want to attack? Do you want to kill the Magma Rex? You could put me to nothing, which is quite scary when you have a Baza.
Yeah. Yes, I'm trying to decide whether it's better to kill Magma Rex and end. There's actually an argument to kill Magma Rex, break 2 shields.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Think about it. There's also an even more all-in play than just going at the shields, if that even makes sense. It probably doesn't, unless I show you my hand, which I'm not
The only
going to.
more all-in I could think of is charge the Baza as mana and then play Pyro Fighter Twin Cannon.
That would be quite a play. I can't do that. I actually. Would I do that? I don't even know if I do that. So there's already 3 Magma Rexes gone. 1 Burst Shot gone. 1 Bonds of Justice gone. Anything else? 2 Burst Shots gone. I think I only said 1 before.
Yeah, 1 in mana, 1 in graveyard.
I think you've got like at least 1 more Bonds of Justice and at least 1 more Burst Shot, though.
I did only pull 1 Bonds of Justice, actually.
Oh, okay. Okay, I've talked myself out of sending the Baza at your shield zone, because it's just so bad if it doesn't work. So Baza's gonna kill Magma Rex.
Yep.
Now, there is still an argument to going in. There's also like the version of this that's break 1 shield and just threaten game next turn. That's probably not worth it, though. I think I want to go in twice if I'm gonna go in at all. But even if you do top deck Lost Soul, I'm still in a pretty decent spot, I think. And you would never top deck Lost Soul. That's just not something that is possible. I mean, so we're gonna end.
How many times has it happened in this series? How many times?
When I was testing, I was like testing this against Darkwater Fire. You would not believe how good I was at top decking Lost Soul.
Oh no, believe me, I would believe it because it happened to me.
It was amazing.
All right, let's see if we get it. Oh, we got it. We got it. Go ahead.
You got nothing, apparently. Okay.
I got not exactly the card I was looking for in this situation.
All right, I think now's the time we go in.
Now that the Magma Rex isn't threatening you.
Our board is a bit more favorable now. So we've got a blocker.
Okay.
Although I guess that matters less with them, actually. But really the main thing is that we're following it up.
The Twin Cannon?
With Twin Cannon Sky Herald. So
oh,
now you've got to answer the board and the Baza in my hand.
Alright.
Okay, so Twin Cannon's going to break shields 2 and 3.
Alright. Give me Magma Rex and Terror Pit. That's not either of them.
Okay. Swinging in and hitting a trigger is awkward, but I think we just have to go for it. Torcon will hit shield 4.
Nothing.
Locomotiver will hit shield 5.
Nothing.
Alright, you love to see that. Go ahead.
Oh my god, and the next card was the Lost Soul.
Oh my god.
It was 1 turn away! Alright, this gives me a choice. Do I want to go first or second against this
Honestly,
deck?
I have no idea what the right play is in this matchup.
I tend to like going first because it means first shot at Lost Soul, but you're running Bronze Arm Tribes anyways, they can kind of negate that. And like, I feel like you don't really have that much draw power if you don't get out the Mongrel Man. So I'm actually gonna let you go first.
Yeah, that was pretty much exactly the reason why I let you go second. Right, we'll send Bronze Arm to mana. Go ahead.
Alright, I will draw. We'll put the Magma Rex to mana. The card that I would maybe hit is in your mana zone.
Alright, we'll send... We're actually playing Mono Nature this game. We'll run out Torcon, and
okay.
You can go.
Psyforce to mana, and that's it for me.
We're in another of those don't know what to send to mana position. Yeah, I guess we send Twin Cannon to mana.
Okay.
And we'll play Bronze Arm Tribe.
Yep. Oh, finally you see a Searing Wave. I feel like
actually true.
You played 4 Searing Waves last week, and like we never saw any of them, and now in 2 more games you didn't even see one.
I will say I don't have to tell you this, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not on 4 this week.
I felt like there's
3.
no way you were on 4.
I am still on 3 though, and like I don't know. Anyways, go ahead.
All right, I'll draw. I'm gonna put a Locomotiver to mana, and I'm gonna run out some blockers just in case you try to pull anything weird on me.
Alright.
I get a little sus when you summon Torcon turn 2.
Yep. Well, we'll send Locomotiver to mana and end.
Okay, I'll draw.
Summon it to mana. You know what I meant.
I'm gonna put another Magma Rex to mana, and I'm going to Locomotiver you myself. And it's the Brutal Charge, not what I wanted to hit, I don't think.
Oh, Brutal Charge would have been so good if you didn't run out the blocker.
Oh yeah, I had to run out a blocker after that.
Okay. You're running a lot of discard. You could try and get cute with how I play this, but I think sometimes you just have to slap your cards down. I think this is one of those times. We're just gonna play Cryptic Totem and hope you don't have an answer.
I will draw.
I guess I don't even know if we really want to be attacking, but we want to get this on the board at least.
I'm gonna put the Screaming Sunburst to mana, and I feel like this gets a little bit less scary if you have less creatures, so I will Magma Rex just to clear your weenies.
Alright.
And then it buys me a little bit of time to deal with that Cryptic Totem.
Well, that's not the worst top deck I could have had. We'll play Locomotiver.
Okay. My Jade Tree.
Probably not what I wanted to hit, but go ahead.
Draw. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. That is not a mystery as Sonic Guardian. I like to see that.
Yeah.
I like to see this too.
No, what is it?
We'll just play another Locomotiver.
No! That Psyforce was gonna just put you away.
God,
what could you have done about it?
What a game.
I was gonna Psyforce pull up the Sunburst. Oh my god.
Probably nothing. I mean, that was a fortunate sequence of events. Hacking is not worth it. Go ahead.
I'll just end my turn and hope you don't top deck a third or the last Loco.
I'm not so lucky, it seems. This is also not the worst top deck, though. It'll give you a juicy Magma Rex, though, and you don't like to see the Apocalypse Vise going into mana off that. Go ahead.
It would be a juicy Magma Rex, but I'm looking at 3 in my field in mana
actually,
right now.
That's true.
This is not helping right now. We're gonna run out of blocker.
Alright, that's fair. Apocalypse Vise off the top.
Gosh, that Cryptic Totem could just be so explosive right now.
We're gonna pass.
Okay. I'm gonna draw. You thought about it, so I feel like it's good, so I'm gonna Loco it.
Yep, that's fair.
Oh, yes, thank goodness. Go ahead.
Searing Wave's not a real card. Fear nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah, Searing Wave's not, but the 4th Magma Rex is.
Magma Rex is also a fake card.
Fall Ega doesn't feel
None
that
of these
great
are
right
real.
now. So, we're gonna play a Magris.
Vise of your own. Magris is good, too.
And I'll end there. God, give me like the burst shot at this point would be okay. Oh, I'm like
no, you're running Diamond Cutter. I think I should play this out. We'll play Bloody Squeal.
Yeah.
And I guess the main punish that plays like that is Corile, which you don't have. Go ahead.
Thank God I was waiting for this for too long. I am going to burst shot.
Okay.
I'm just like looking at this field. I'm like, if you top deck Apocalypse Vise with this Cryptic Totem, it could just be like game right there.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, obviously. But was not meant to be. Alright, we'll pass.
Ghost Touch.
Alright, my other Bloody Squeedo.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this one we can run out. We'll play Propeller Mutant. Go ahead. No.
Alright, this is actually pretty good.
I wonder...
Go ahead.
There's like nature creatures with like Thrash Crawler-like effects, but only creatures. I wonder if I should have been running that. Oh no. Anyways, that's not a bad top deck for you or for me.
Oh no.
We'll play Mongrel Man.
Okay. It does make me feel more comfortable that
Screaming Sunburst. I guess I could block.
No, Screaming Sunburst would tap everything.
Or, oh no, I'm thinking of Bonds of Justice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You've got it.
Well, I don't have it, but I have another probably annoying card you don't want to look at right now.
Yeah. That is not the easiest card for this deck to deal with.
I don't want you to start popping off on Mongrel Man, but attacking does not at all feel like a good idea, so go ahead.
We're still really good at pulling these off the top,
Yep.
it seems. Yes, this
My
one's
ghost
just a
touch.
ghost touch. Go ahead.
Now that's kind of interesting, actually.
Diamond Cutter?
Not Diamond Cutter, it's a Terror Pit, which I'm gonna play. But it's kind of interesting because I could get rid of the Mongrel Man and kind of prevent you from popping off at this point, which feels pretty decent. But, like, getting rid of Cryptic Totem is also pretty decent.
But both of those are decent.
I mean, I feel like, okay, you have a Baza is in your mana and a Twin Cannon is gone. If I get rid of the Cryptic Totem, I feel like you probably don't have that much that even if you start drawing, what are you gonna do, right? To get through an 11k Grandger? You know what? I'm just gonna get rid of the Mongrel Man. I don't want you popping off. Go ahead.
I think that was probably right, but I'm not sure.
I feel like this way, like, even if you kill my Grandger, I still have the Ray Bill and the 6k Jade Tree, and my odds of drawing another 6k Jade... Oh god, okay. Well, this was a top deck. Let's just juice everything. How does that sound?
That's pretty decent.
Go ahead. That's probably gonna be pretty tough to deal with.
Okay, we're gonna Terror Pit. We are actually going to hit the Grandger, though.
Okay.
Because Apocalypse Vise can hit the Rebills. Apocalypse Vise can't hit Grandger, and I've got to get rid of all of this if I'm ever gonna win. Actually, and I think we need another blocker out, so I guess we will play this turn.
How did you get 2 cards?
I passed last turn.
Ah, that's right. Okay, yeah. No, I'm an idiot. Okay, yeah, you get the Bloody Squeedo.
I drew Bloody Squeedo and just didn't play it, but now I think I need to.
Okay, this is probably the game. Actually, never mind. No, it isn't. I mean, it's 3 for the Logic Cube. Oh wait, no, it is. I'm an idiot. I'm gonna take the Screaming Sunburst.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what I can do to that.
For some reason, I thought I already used one, but I remembered I played it to Mana Zone, so I did have another one left.
Yeah.
Bam. All right. And then that's just going to be a board wipe.
Everything's going to die, right?
Yep. That was 5 things, so all right. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
I hope you top deck something.
Run out the Horrid Worm. Go ahead.
All right. Well, here we go. 1 and 2.
Yep, you're good.
3 and 4.
Yep.
5.
I have a shield trigger.
Oh, what is it?
Torcon.
Torcon, let's go. Wait. I'm going to draw with Mystriaz. Alright, now I'm gonna attack.
Reasonable play.
Oh, GG's. I was not expecting that deck.
So I actually have a playset of Apocalypse Vise.
Oh my god, that's insane.
I'm not running all 4. I'm only running 3.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever worth running 4.
Yeah, I got a lot of... The trade-off is I have no hopeless.
Okay.
Like, Apocalypse Vise is honestly better anyways.
Yeah, I agree, for sure. I wouldn't say I got scammed. I only got 1 of each, though.
Okay.
So nothing too terrifying. And unfortunately, I really wanted Cryptic Totem, but I got scammed on Cryptic Totem.
Jeez, I only had the 1 Cryptic Totem. So, like, this deck... In longer matchups, it's like really relying on Apocalypse Vise actually being a powerful card. Your deck is like really well positioned into Apocalypse Vise.
Absolutely.
Specifically.
I wanted to make it so I was well off against any kind of mass removal.
Right.
And I wanted to be which like control decks in the long grind. I was like, my blockers are going to be strong enough, and then if I get Ray Bill out, nothing is going to hurt me essentially. And then other than that, I just like build up a massive field, and no matter what, it's going to be stronger. And then I have the Screaming Sunburst as my mass removal. Actually, so originally this deck, there was no burst shots, no Magma Rexes, and instead, what did I have instead? I had some other shield trigger. It might have been just like the Aqua Surfers again or something like that. I can't even remember at this point. I playtested against that Rush deck that you showed me last time, and it was just absolutely just shitting on this deck. Even though I had I had 4 Sarius, I had 7 of the 3-drop blockers, and like it didn't matter because of all the blockers.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right.
It didn't really fear blockers.
Yeah. So I was like, I need just mass removal. Chuck them in. I don't even care.
Honestly, so when I was playtesting that rush deck, remember I tested it against Darkwater Fire, and the thing that was killing it in the Darkwater Fire matchup wasn't like early blockers, it was Aqua Hulkus. It was so bizarre.
Yeah, that's actually interesting because yeah, Aqua Hulkus doesn't die to the blocker
half
removal.
of my removal didn't hit Aqua Hulkus, and it's just a value card that draws you a card.
And so for the viewers back home that don't remember this deck, I just pulled it up on screen really quick. You can pause and look at it. But it's essentially just like you have the critical blades, you have the comet missiles, you have Rickaboo's screwdriver, and the volcanic arrows, and it all just defeats blockers really easily.
Yeah, and so that's a rush deck that I had built and was testing and showed to Ben last week in last week's episode, but didn't end up playing last week.
That deck, just seeing it put so much fear in me because I felt like you were on Darkwater Fire for so many episodes in a row and it was winning that I was like, all right, you're probably going to try to switch it up and like throw a curveball at me once I start like building my deck specifically to counter it. So I was like, all right, no matter what deck I play, I have to put it through the rush gauntlet. So every deck I built, I played a best of 5 against that rush deck with the rush deck going first every single game. And if I got 3-0'd, the deck just got instantly scrapped.
Oh, jeez. For this week's episode, I was kind of just like, I'm tired of playing Darkwater Fire every week.
Yeah, that's
We're
fair.
gonna play something else. So I was messing around with this, but I was like, if this didn't work, I was just like, I'm just gonna jam rush. So,
yeah. I mean, this looked like it was actually gonna work pretty good in a lot of matchups.
Like, this was fine against control, really. It was more rush I was afraid of, to be totally honest.
I could definitely see that. It's just like you can run your hand out a little too fast. So like if you win the die roll and you get to go second in at least 2 games, it feels like you could have been at a bigger advantage.
Yeah.
And I think having more Cryptic Totems would have been nice, but what are you gonna do?
The reason I would first initially, so like the theory of this deck was that I can apply like a lot of early pressure if you're on like a Durley deck. But the fact that you have so many blockers made it a lot harder to utilize that aspect of the deck, so I kind of had to just like lean into like ramp into Lost Soul and then try to take over the game. Like that is a real thing. Yeah. That's why I'm running the Lost Souls.
But I think actually, like in the next set, now that there's going to be more playable Chargers, like Charger ramp into Lost Soul is more like...
You'd better believe if I had this idea one set later, this would have been Fire Darkness with Volcano Chargers and
for sure. Alright, so anyway, speaking of next set, is Epic Dragons of Hyper Chaos. Another one of those sets where like, yeah, there's a lot of good like commons and uncommons, but since it's a small set, I think it's pretty safe to say we're going to get the Volcano Chargers, we're going to get the Corpse Chargers, but what's interesting is that like there's some pretty cracked like high-end dragons in like the very and super rare slots. If you get like an insane pull, they could be playable, but outside of that, like I'm not expecting it to swing too heavily based on the pulls. I think the most like playable stuff is all going to be those commons and uncommons.
I am